On today's show, the Volta Zero, a hospital goes renewably powered, and I made a bit of a stuffer. G'day, my name is Chris, and I bring you stories about renewable technology such as electric vehicles, batteries, solar, wind, and more. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. It really does help the channel. And if you want to take it to the next level where you get early access content, Patreon only videos, news, polls, information that you just don't get here, join me over on Patreon, where for as little as a coffee per month, you get this and more Discord access and more. And a big shout out to my producer level, and that's Ashley Hill, Nigel Farrier, Ray Johnson, and Tessa Nagong. Alright, let's get into the news. First up, a correction to last week's story I brought you on Tesla Software Update 2020.36. And well, it looks like it'll only be for those who actually have Hardware 3, and well, in terms of speed sign recognition, America only. Oh! Okay, first up, our learned politicians in the ACT have announced a new $500 million hospital, which will be run entirely on renewable energy. This is significant because, well, hospitals actually use like a mix of fuel sources to cover the multiple activities from steam generation for sterilizing, heating and cooling, backup power, and well, more. And that might mean that they use gas and diesel and other dirty fossil fuels. But this hospital will actually thankfully use 100% renewable power, thanks to its government, who's actually one of the few in the world who actually committed their city to already run on 100% renewable power. And well, this is going to be a great demonstration of how that's going to look. And hey, check out this great quote that you can actually read for yourself on the Renewable Economy website. And that's Minister Shane Rattenberry, who said, "Buildings like these will last decades to come and would otherwise be gas-powered at significant health and financial cost to our community. Gas is a polluting fossil fuel, and the ACT government has committed to transitioning away from climate-warming energy sources and instead is fully embracing the renewable energy revolution." Isn't that great? Yeah, it is. Well done, guys. Now, if only you would get this. Alright, bit of news around the Ford Mach-E, and well, Ford has actually showcased its new communication and entertainment system, as well as its remote vehicle setup. That's like a new feature that enables owners to personalize their new car even before it arrives. Now, the latter system, I think, is actually a great way for Ford to build excitement to its customers, who will very soon will start receiving their cars, whereby they can actually log in, name their car, give it a logo, put in their favorite places, preferred drive modes, ambient color, internal LED lighting, and more. But what I think looks most promising is Ford's next-gen sync system that shows the driver configuring the main display to what I'll call tiles, so that in one touch, something like maybe your favorite playlist or significant other's phone number on speed dial is always on the screen. Ford says that this sync has been written from the ground up and enables more than 80 vehicle settings to be customized in the Mustang Mach-E, from cabin temperature, seat position to ambient lighting and more. The system can identify individual drivers by their smartphone or key fob and apply their settings as they actually approach the vehicle before they even get in. So, well, each family member can instantly experience their own unique cabin, driving and entertainment experience. Also, a great feature is the cable-free Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Ford says that the large display can be divided to show actually both the sync system and, well, the owner's Apple CarPlay or Android Auto on the screen. And this is something I think we'll see more and more car makers do in the very near future. Maybe. Elon, maybe? Hey? Whilst no Australian release date is yet known, they have started shipping the Mach-E in America, and well, the company is introducing in Europe before the end of 2021. So for Australia, maybe 2022? Maybe? Okay, the EV incentives update that I'm running has now more than 830 signatures, and well, I'm super excited about this because when we hit 1,000, I'm going to be sending the sucker off to our ministers in charge of getting us to a cleaner and greener place. Now, whilst many Australians want to purchase an EV and help improve the air in which we breathe, the prices of EVs are out of reach to many because of, well, taxes levied by the federal and state governments. in many countries of the world. Incentives to purchase EVs encourage buyers through things like, no sales tax, no stamp duty, no plate fees. They might even do personal income tax deductions, or maybe give subsidies or rebates. You could also do road tax exemptions, provide free charging or charging points, access to high occupancy lanes, you name it. There's a lot of things they could be doing. In Australia, sadly, other than Victoria, with the $100 off your reg over a year, and the ACT, who we heard about before, who actually have no stamp duty on their cars, or for electric vehicles that is, there is absolutely zero happening. So, I'm urging the Australian government to do something about this, because to do so will mean that we're going to significantly reduce our impact upon the environment, reduce our CO2, and make the world a healthier, greener place in which to live. So, if you haven't already, please sign the petition, share it with your friends, talk about it with your friends and family, and importantly, with your politicians. They need to hear this. Now, who here has ever watched the Tour de France and thought, gee, it must suck being an elite athlete and having to ride behind one of those dirty, polluting cars? Yeah? Well, tour sponsor Skoda, who have actually provided support with their cars for about 17 years, agrees. And this year, they introduced their Enyaq IV electric car, much to cyclists' delight. The red-painted Enyaq EV has a panoramic glass roof, 6 antennas and special sirens, a refrigerator, and state-of-the-art communication and command center in its rear. This equipment allows information to be transmitted to and from the vehicle, and for officials to provide instructions and organize traffic in the field of participants. Now, whilst this is a great first step and no doubt a great PR for Skoda, they only actually had 30 hybrid and electric cars out on the 300 total fleet. So hopefully next year, it'll actually be the other way around, right? All in EV format. Nonetheless, great job Skoda, and something we should all applaud. This last week, Volta unveiled more details of its 2022 truck, the Volta Zero. The almost 10-meter, 16-ton electric truck has a 160 to 200 kilowatt hour battery and is capable of driving 160 to 200 kilometers on one charge. So, my guess is that this is going to be used for urban transfers and more deliveries. The fabric of the truck itself is made from fully sustainable materials, and the panels are made from naturally grown flax fiber and biodegradable resin composite. The driver cab is loaded to the road with a wide 20-degree field of vision on the urban environment. If you want to know more, I've left a link for the launch event down below. Please check it out. Alrighty, finally, on this very short episode, time to get excited about, a lot's going to be going on this week. So, on Wednesday, it's World EV Day. How will you celebrate? On the same day, the Smart Energy Council is holding a free online conference and exhibition with a great lineup of industry specialists on all things energy, renewables, and more. Thursday, the 10th of September, Lucid Motors, I can't say that, is set to unveil in full its upcoming ultra-long-range EV capable 827 kilometers on one charge. You've got to follow the link beforehand though and register, otherwise you can't watch it. And here's one for a few weeks' time, and that's where Ewan McGregor and Charles Borman are saddling up once again to do a motorbike ride from South America to LA, but this time on electric motorbikes. Yes! For me, a fellow motorbike rider and a long-time fan of their series, I can't wait for this. Seriously. September 18 on Apple TV, put it in your diaries. So if you know of any things that are coming up, please put it down in the comments below, and I'll be sure to include it as much as I can. And obviously coming in a few weeks will be Battery Day. So that should be very interesting. Will the stock price go up? Not that I care about that very much, but some people do. Who knows? Anywho, definitely a very short and sweet episode. If you've enjoyed it, thank you. I try my hardest. And if you haven't already, subscribe. It does actually help the channel. Think about joining me over here on Patreon. Otherwise, stay good, stay green, be healthy.